It's time for Normalville. It's time for Normalville. It's time for Normalville. Gonna get a little crazy like you know we will.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 13 of the Abnormal Hour. I'm your host Alex Rennie with my partner,
Right, Gillibrand. Hey.
Thanks for showing up today. We're closing in on Halloween.
Ooh, scary.
Anyway, as with everything, we always lead off with a blast from the past as we look at last week's cartoon and whiteboard idea. So hey everybody, welcome to today's blast from the past, which was whiteboard number 2, which was back in my day. So Frank, tell us a little bit about how we got to this idea.
Well, we had Stu on the show, and there was 3 older guys
Three
talking
old
about technology. Yes, age challenged. And yeah, we were talking about technology and how it's come so far, and then we were talking like back in my day, and then as soon as you say that once, okay, that's got to be a cartoon. Let's go.
Yep. And we were like, what would cavemen do if it was back in their day when they haven't had a whole lot of technology, and it was fire and the Firestack. So this was the old idea, and then here's where we went with it.
There we go.
Back in my day, we have fancy Firestack.
Yeah, he's getting production done. He's pretty good.
I think it's brilliant. I really do.
The dad looks so unimpressed.
I tried to model him after our other caveman drawing that we did, right?
That's right. Yeah, the standard. In his day, he used blood. So.
Blood and rocks, like.
That's right. Go draw a picture. Stab.
It's funny because I brought my wife in here and she laughed immediately. She's like, "You guys are dorks." That's exactly what she said, but she liked it.
Yeah.
So
someday we'll be professional dorks. So
there you go. Yeah, that would be good. If we could be professional dorks, she'd be really
what a
happy.
great way to make a living, I tell you.
So there you have it. Back in my day, fancy Firestack. I love it.
We hit it out of the park every time.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
Which now takes us to section number 2, which is our news break.
Welcome back, and today's first news story, Alex, what do you got?
So for today's news story, Travis Geinger of Anoka, Minnesota, was this year's winner of the 47th annual Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Contest in California. Little trivia, Half Moon Bay is also home of the world famous big wave surf called Mavericks. Have you heard of Mavericks?
No.
That's in Half Moon Bay. I've been there, never surfed it, but been there. Anyway, so Geinger, who is a 40-year-old farmer, drove his gargantuan gourd for 35 hours to see his hard work pay off. Quote, "It was nerve-wracking because every bump on the road, I kept thinking, is it going to make it? Would it break? And when it finally got weighed, it was the very last one of the contest, and oh my gosh, it was incredible." Frank, can you guess how big and how heavy this winning pumpkin was?
Oh, I know they get right up there. 800-900 pounds or something?
Decent guess, but 2,350 pounds.
What does he feed it? Holy man.
That it apparently, he had been fertilizing and watering it every day for 10 months. But yes, over 2,300 pounds. That's the size of a small car. That's just as weight wise, right? And the first time Pumpkin Champ won $16,450, which equates to $7 per pound for the lumpy orange pumpkin. Can you guess what the record for the heaviest pumpkin is? That wasn't the world record. There's actually a world record pumpkin bigger than that. Can you guess how much that would be?
Oh, wow. 2,400 pounds, 20.
Close. Just over 2,600 pounds. It came out 1,179 kilograms from a Belgian farmer. He won it in a 2016, so 4 years ago, in a pumpkin contest in Ludwigsburg, Germany.
Wow.
So over 2,600 pounds, and that's the world record. But this guy had 2,350 pounds.
Can you imagine? It must be so ready to burst. It's 2,600 pounds. Like if you took a toothpick and touched it.
I have a photo of it, which Frank hasn't seen, but it's like, as it's on the scale, it's like, it's kind of flat. It's not a strong pumpkin, like you said, because that's just insane.
That's a lot of acreage for like if you're doing pumpkin carving.
How does he even get that thing up and onto the back of his truck without breaking it, let alone,
I've seen before where somebody will grow it, the start on a pallet. Start growing it so that you can just lift it.
Take a forklift. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Anyway.
Some people. Well,
figured a pumpkin contest, in the spirit of Halloween. So there we go.
And then there's lots of pie afterwards.
Yeah, right. I wonder how that would taste.
Probably not good.
I'm thinking the same thing. Something that big is probably not very edible, but
yeah.
So Frank, share with us your news story of the day.
Okay, this news story. A sheriff's deputy in Georgia had a run-in with a different kind of bad boy that took her by surprise. She was serving some civil papers at a home in Douglas County. Now, she normally leaves her door open because she's had to run from dogs before. This time, she comes back to her car to find a billy goat sitting in the front seat. It gets better. And the billy goat was eating all her paperwork. That's right. Bad boy. Bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was the billy goat hired by the people that were, to be served, right?
Sent there, right? Yeah. When he'd had enough of his fill of paper, he jumped out of the car, head-butted her in the legs, knocked her down, and then took off. She was a little shaken, but she's okay. And there's a few more people out there who don't have to pay their tickets now.
Wow.
The goat ate the evidence.
That's hilarious, man.
Pretty cool.
That's crazy.
I like that.
Well, thank you for that, Frank. That was those are two pretty entertaining stories. I like it. Which now leads us to our next section, which is whiteboard number 1. Hey everybody, welcome to whiteboard number 1. And Frank, explain to everybody what we've been kind of brainstorming right here to come up with an idea.
Well, we're trying to go run with the pumpkin. And that, just there, something popped into my head. We had a different direction thinking, right? We're going to have one guy's growing the world's largest pumpkin, but you have his neighbor who is going to do something to it, right? Maybe he's going to have the world's biggest can opener to carve it up.
I don't remember what an old school can opener looked like. Which is why I was thinking the backhoe. So, Frank, one of us is older than the other and doesn't remember what the heck that looked like. So we had a backhoe.
Okay. When you don't have a can opener, you go with a backhoe.
So this at least gives us an idea of what we're thinking. Like,
when we were first introducing the whiteboard, something popped into my head. I thought we'd do this first. So a completely different idea is we're in Spain, or maybe over here, and we have, instead of running with the bulls, we have running with the pumpkins.
the pumpkins. How would they do
pumpkins going down the street. Pumpkins are rolling down the street, and you have to run away from them, like running with the bulls. All these pumpkins rolling down the street, and it's just simple, no caption, running with the pumpkins.
Annual Running with the Pumpkins Festival.
See, that makes you laugh.
That's not bad, man.
Running with the pumpkins. And you know the scene where it's in Spain where you have the bulls on the street, in the cobblestone street.
Yeah, that's way too big. I wonder if it could be the, remember we were going to do that pole vaulting guy who was a Quaker or whatever it was?
Oh, right. The Amish pole vaulter.
Could be like the Amish. I'm going to put Amish.
Oh, do a play on names. Or you think of the Amish running with the Pumpkins Festival. So we could have, instead of farmers, we have Amish people running.
We could do an Amish themed week, right? We do that in the pole vault.
There we go. That's good. That's funny.
Because I still want to do the pole vaulter one.
Yes.
Well, this is good, man. It's a great idea. Good one, Frank.
The Amish running with the Pumpkins Festival. That's good. That's good.
The craziness that is Abnormalville.
Make something out of nothing.
Good job, man. That was funny. So we'll figure that one out. We got a few details to iron out with that one before we draw it, and we will definitely do that.
It's going to be good. I'm predicting A+ on this one.
Awesome, brother. We're right on. Very cool. Well, that leads us to our next section, which is the expert advice.
And now, expert advice from the expert.
So, Frank, share with us today's expert advice.
So, I'm going to talk about this beautiful table behind me. You probably can't see it well enough yet.
I can see it.
Well, I'm going to put this. Actually, I'm going to start with this. A stick of wood. So this came from a pallet. Pallet that that you've put a forklift in, lift up things, da-da-da. This is the nicest piece. There was some rotten stuff on there. And so dismantle it, take all the boards apart, pull all the nails out. The wood is old, so it's not going to warp. It's been out in the elements for like 40 years, right? And from that, I go and make a table.
Look at that.
Ta-da!
Gorgeous.
In table size. So, like, can you see the grain going on here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man.
It's pretty cool what is beneath the ugliness on a pallet. You start sanding it down. And so when I'm doing the palm sander, it's an art in knowing when to stop, because it just starts to reveal a beautiful grain, starts to look 3D almost, depth. And then whoop, stop right there, because you can go too far. and then it's just blend, right? And cut up a bunch of strips, and then I do make tongue and groove, glue them together, put them in a bench vise, right? A large one. So these are all fixed. Sounds good too.
Yeah, a little bit.
And so I make this first, right? Then the perimeter. Actually, I made some grooves in here and put twine in here as well.
Yeah, cool, man.
And I did a little bit of, for the twine, I took a torch to it just to touch it up, to make it look a little darker. And so glued it all together. It's super strong. Oh, watch this. It's like super duper. I bet you could put 6 of us on there.
Wow.
Could have a little party.
Cool.
Yeah, when you have good wood glue. And so when I did this, there's no nails, no screws. If you can see close up here, there's dowels that I use. So it's just dowels and glue to glue this all together. Nice little shelf underneath. It's a nice end table. I bet you this was the first time, so I think I'm like 15 hours into this. So if you want one, it's going to be expensive.
Was the sanding taking the most part on that, or?
Sanding and then gluing parts at a time. Yeah, sanding was a lot of it for sure. Yeah, dismantling the pallet takes a while because that thing's been together for decades. It's hard to pull apart and save the wood as well.
For sure.
And there you have my end table that I made from a ugly, rotten pallet.
Great job, brother. That's really cool. Frank had done this a couple of weeks ago, and we were going to feature it, but now we've featured it today for you guys. That's awesome, man. Really well done. Thank you for that.
Okay, we're going to have our next segment, which is Joke of the Day. In France, it would be called Joke du jour.
So, Frank, people say, I am taking things one day at a time. But you know what? So is everyone. This is how time works.
Perfect. Because the joke is so lame, you do it in French accent, then it's okay.
All right. And that was today's joke of the day. Joke du jour.
Joke du jour. So,
moving on.
Whenever a joke bombs, you do it in French accent.
Well, with that, we are now moving on to whiteboard number 2. Thank God.
Do.
Whiteboard do.
That was Rihanna Pink Panther. Well, now we do whiteboard number 2.
Welcome to whiteboard number 2. I don't know how to say number. Numero 2. Number. This is the whiteboard number 2.
Okay. That's all we have.
Something French, no?
Something French?
No?
Oui. No.
You know, I just thought of something that might be too dark.
Okay,
let's write it down. Cannibals with the du jour menu.
Well, no, let's do zombies.
Yeah, in the spirit of Halloween.
Zombies.
Oh, that could be the joke right there. It could be like, we serve brain soup, brain salad. It could just be.
There we go. Everything starts with brain.
Brain.
And you had a zombie restaurant. Brain soup, brain salad, brain fries.
I think we did it, dude. I really
Yeah.
love this. I really love this. Today's special brains, and then it'd have to be like a sign, like what would it be? Zombie.
No. It starts with the name of the place is Chez Zombie.
Chez Zombie. I like it. Chez Zombie. Nice. We could have like a neon sign. Chez Zombie.
There we go. Chez Zombie.
Oh, I like it, man. This is really great.
And that's because we were starting out with something French. So we were zombie.
The French let's zombies. Oh, wow.
Oh, so we have zombies in France.
Oh, dude, we need help. We really do need help. This is good. Oh man, that I'm so happy with that, Frank. Like,
Wow. It's surprising every time. Let's do something French. Zombies.
zombie. Oh, wait, baby puppy, want to say hello? Oh, there's the baby girl. Oh,
Not a zombie.
That's baby Callie. Baby Callie. I think she needs to go out. So we're gonna pause the. Right on. Well, good job, Frank, and thank you for that. That was good stuff. Funny stuff.
Good.
Which leads us to our final segment of the day. This has gone pretty quick, which is, Did You Know?
Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know?
So, Frank, what is today's Did You Know?
Today's Did You Know is about KevinBacon. Sort of. So, have you ever played the game 6 Degrees of KevinBacon?
Yes.
I'm not very good at it. You have to know a lot of actors and a lot of movies. But the deal is, any actor, you can link him to KevinBacon within 6 movies.
Yeah, 6
degrees of
separation.
KevinBacon. So for an example, how would you link O.J. Simpson to KevinBacon? So we'll work backwards. I have it written down here. Don't hurt
Okay.
yourself. Listen.
So let's do this
So,
together.
We have, it's a movie that I wasn't quite aware of. It's KevinBacon made a movie called Diner. So
Yeah.
Diner was, Paul Reiser was in that one. So then Paul Reiser was in Beverly Hills Cop 2 with Gilbert Gottfried, who was in Ford Fairlane with Priscilla Presley, who was in Naked Gun with O.J. Simpson.
Yeah,
There you go.
4 degrees. Yep. Interesting.
Yeah. So, a computer scientist at the University of Virginia by the name of Brett Jaden, he sat down and established the Bacon factor for approximately 250,000 actors.
Wow.
That's almost all actors that have been in anything of a significant movie at all.
It's 250,000 people.
Yeah, you had a lot of time. So the average, you take any one of those 250,000 actors, you can get to KevinBacon in an average of 2.83 steps.
Wow.
Wow, hey? KevinBacon at 2.83 steps.
Who knew that guy was that well connected? And
Yeah, well, that's why they made the game,
movies, right?
Yeah. So then he turned around and plotted every actor's Bacon factor.
This guy did have a lot of time on his hands.
He
It
did
sounds
have a
like
lot of
he's
time.
a big fanboy too.
So get ready for this. KevinBacon ranked on his own list 669th. There are 668 actors more connected than him.
More connected to himself than I don't even understand that, but I'm just gonna go with it like, okay.
Okay. So like in the top 15, you have guys like Robert Mitchum.
Oh, I
Gene
get what you're
Hackman,
saying. There's
Donald
better
Sutherland,
actors
right?
suited for the
There
Kevin
are
Bacon
other actors that are more connected.
Yeah, well,
you
I
know?
think that goes without saying, but that's funny that he does rank that low, right?
Yeah, that's the interesting part. You know, even Martin Sheen, he ranked 19th. He's still up that high. That's all the movies he's did. Number 1, Rod Steiger.
I don't even know who
Figure that out. So he's number 1 connected to so many actors because he's done such a wide variety of movies.
Who is Rod Steiger?
He's done like In the Heat of the Night. He was the priest in Amityville Horror.
Oh,
Right. He's played Mussolini. He's played Al Capone. So he's done a lot of big names, big movies, but he's also done a ton of B movies. So he knows a lot of people. He's done movies with a lot of people. He's number 1 as far as the bacon factor is Rod Steiger. Yeah, I would like to see the look on Kevin's face when he finds out he's ranked 669th in his own game.
His own game. That's awesome, man.
Dude, don't you know anybody?
Oh, that's great, man. Thank you, Frank. That was really fun. I like that one.
Today's Did You Know?
Today's Did You Know? Cool, man. Well, with that, hey, man, happy Halloween, everyone. And Frank, thank you again, man. This was a really fun episode. I can't wait to draw these cartoons. It's going to be
awesome. I didn't have much going on, as far as ideas. It's always pleasantly surprising what we come up with from nothing, from just a little thing, and away we go.
I'm blown away by the whole French accent. Telling of the joke led to zombie. Zombie
Paris.
Just makes no sense. But hey, man, we're warped individuals. We need serious psychological help, I think. But that's awesome, brother.
Yep.
Well, thank you again, my friend. Awesome, as always, to do this with you. And yet another podcast has come and gone, number 13. And we look forward to seeing you guys again next week.
Yep.
Take care.
See ya.
And now we're leaving. We gotta go. And now we're leaving. It's the end of our show. We had a good time. It's come to an end. We hope you had a good time. A good time, my friend. And now we're leaving. That's the end of our show. And now we're leaving. We gotta go.